What up, this is Rapids, and so here's the real reason why Memo600 left Little Durk's label OTF. Plus, he also left Wack100's management team. And so basically, Memo600 was a rising star a few years back. He had this hit song called Steppers. And before that, he was releasing video after video, just going crazy out here and getting a lot of good views. And it looked like he was next up. So after Steppers came out, Little Durk saw his potential and signed him to OTF. Well, that's when things started going left, because after that, you didn't hear much from Memo600 anymore. You barely saw a video. You barely saw anything from him. Now, I believe this is partly Memo600's fault, because I think in his mind, he's thinking like, okay, he's OTF, so that meant to him that he didn't have to pay for any more videos. He thought basically, I think he didn't have to pay for any studio time, so he just wanted to sit back and let Little Durk do all the work. I think from there on out, once he got signed, he looked at getting signed different than what it really is. So Memo600 expected the label to do all the work, but really what I know is that when you get signed, if the label wasn't pushing you, you should take it upon yourself to continue putting out music if the label allows that. And I believe Little Durk would have allowed that. So, you know, because that's what Kanye West had to do. Basically, he got signed to Rockefeller, and then he started losing steam. So he started putting out his own stuff and making his own moves. So with Memo600, I think he should have just kept going and staying on that grind, putting out content. And eventually, Little Durk and them would have started putting more power behind them and started collabing with them more. But another thing is that Memo600 really, it didn't seem like they really respected him a lot. It sounded like there was a rumor he got his chain took, his OTF chain. I don't think that sat well with Little Durk's camp. And there was some members that just didn't seem to really respect him a lot. So, you know, that could have been a factor as well. But basically, Memo600 said the label was not pushing him. So he thought Little Durk label, you know, his label was just kind of ignoring him. But, you know, that's, like I said, it's really his responsibility to, you know, take the initiative to start putting out stuff on his own. But then basically Memo600 felt like he wasn't a priority on OTF, so he eventually left. And that's when Wack100 took note, and Wack100 was going to take him under his wing and push him. So Wack100 does management for Blueface. He does work with 6ix9ine and Kanye West. So Wack100 is connected to the industry, and he does a lot of good work on his management side. So Memo600 signed to Wack100, thinking the same thing, like Wack100 was going to do all the work. But before Wack100 could get to work on him, Wack100 said he needs release papers from OTF. So he needed to make sure that he was a free agent to be able to work with him. And it sounds like Memo600 never was able to provide his release papers from OTF. So Wack100 was basically saying that, you know, he's not going to invest his time and money into an artist that doesn't even have release papers. And so that's why Wack100 was saying he couldn't work with him. And Memo600 got real impatient real quick and started talking a lot of stuff about Wack100 instantly. Like, it was just like a couple weeks within making a deal with Wack100 verbally. It went left real quick, and Memo600 started talking stuff about Wack100 and getting wild and stuff and crazy. So he started whooping, and basically, you know, they wasn't getting along no more, because Memo600 thought Wack100 was going to have studio time ready for him and, you know, getting video. So basically, Memo600 thinks that he's going to get signed and just have everything handed to him. Now, there might be a label that does that, but he has to put in more work first. He has to become more of a value to a label before they're going to really put in that much of their resources behind him. I think his mentality needs to mature a little bit more, because really, Memo600 blew two real good deals with OTF and Wack100. Both of them could have took him further than he is now, because on his independent grind, he can make some noise and stuff, but you know, getting connected with the industry folks like Little Dirk and Wack100 and people like that could have took him much further than he is right now. And I think that he gets real impatient and he thinks they're going to do all the heavy lifting for him, but he should not have that mentality. He needs to really continue his grind and make sure he's negotiating a deal where he can release work if they're not doing it for him, because some labels, they'll make you sit on the shelf if, you know, things go left. So he has to make sure when he's dealing with these people that he has the freedom to continue to release music and videos at his will. So if the label isn't pushing him, he can take the initiative upon himself and release content on his own. So Memo600 seems like he's real impatient and he's not educated on the music industry, because the way he handled those situations, it just shows me that he's very impatient. He thinks everything's going to happen instantly. They're going to be doing, you know, booking studio time for him and just being all behind him. And, you know, there probably is a label out there that would do that for him, but, you know, it's not guaranteed. He needs to really put in the work first. He needs to get more hits. His last big hit was Steppers, and that was some years ago. He needs to be putting out a bunch of hits like that and, you know, continuously putting out music and videos that is getting a lot of views for him to be a priority at a label, because he is one of the best Chicago artists that is out there right now. It's just that people don't see his potential yet because he doesn't seem to be working hard enough. You know, like Boss Top, you know, he probably could have made more noise too if he would be more of a ambitious artist, you know. So these artists just got to put in more work. They got to, you know, just get it out of the mud and, you know, put on for their city and just keep going regardless. Don't wait on nobody. Don't wait on nobody to, you know, hold your hand through this process. Just go out there. You're already at a level now where if he was to drop a music video like Vaughn was doing, like King Vaughn, you know, drop a video like once a week, drop a video like once a month even. He got to do much more work than he's been doing if he wants that treatment, that A-list celebrity type treatment that it seems like he's looking for. Otherwise, just be patient and wait for the right deal and make sure everything's legit. Make sure all your papers right, you know, and make sure they're going to do what they're going to do and make sure you have the freedom to do what you got to do regardless. So, yeah, this is why Memo600, you know, fill out with OTF, and it's the real reason, and also the real reason why Memo600 fill out with Wack100. So, yeah, let me know your comments. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to leave some links for you as well in the comment section, so check those out. Make sure you like and subscribe and click that notification bell and all that. I'm out of here.